Hey, what's up, students? We're doing the 2-6 notes talking about ratios, rates, and conversions. So right away, we're not going to do too many ratios right away in this lesson, but just to tell you the difference between ratios and rates. Ratios are when you're comparing like units, like measurements. So when you're comparing lengths, heights, etc., the same type of measurement. Also scores, like in sports, those most often scores are used in ratios. Right now the home team is winning 10-2. That's a ratio, right? So comparing like units. Okay, you can write it as a fraction, you can write it as proportion, you can write it as lots of things. Rates is actually what we're going to hit on a lot today. That's when you compare different units. Okay, when you use this, you basically use this when you're trying to find a unit rate of something. You use it in Best Buy situations. So problem number 1 on page 116 is a Best Buy situation. Not the store, an actual best purchase situation. Okay, so to find the unit rate, especially with money, usually you take the money and divide by the units, because your goal is to get the word per, the dollars per 1 unit. By the way, the word per usually means divide in most situations. So they're going to give you some money, they're going to give you some units, but you want to find the dollars per 1 unit. That way you can compare the prices. So let's go ahead and do number 1 on page 116. Oh, there it is. Okay. So again, that was kind of the notes. So here is where you would write your stuff down as you're watching this video, and here is the stuff that you should be watching. Let me zoom in a bit here. Okay. So here we go. We're shopping for t-shirts. Store A sells 2 shirts for 25 bucks. Store B, 4 shirts for 45. Store C, 3 shirts for 30. Okay. So what you want to do, friends, is you want to find, zoom out a bit, is you want to find the cheapest. Okay, the cheapest unit rate is you want to find the cheapest dollar per shirt. Okay, so again, anytime you're doing a unit rate situation, especially with money, in this case, you want to find the cheapest dollar per shirt. Oops, if I could spell. There we go. That's what they do. Okay, so they take the dollars divided by 2 shirts. It's going to be $12.50 per shirt, per 1 shirt. Store B is going to be $11.25 per shirt, and then store C is going to be $10 per shirt. Okay, so it's pretty easy, it's pretty reasonable to figure out what the cheapest, best use of your money is going to be. You're going to spend more, you're going to spend more, you're going to spend the least right here. $10 per shirt. So store C is the winner. Again, how do we do all this? You take the money divided by the items to get the dollars per item, or the dollars per unit. That's what they did. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing here for the got question. It says, what if store B changes their prices? What if you can get 4 shirts for 42 bucks? Does that change? Does that beat store C? Well, let's find out. Okay, so they changed their prices. Hey, instead of 4 shirts for 45, we'll take $3 off. Okay, so now it's $42 for 4 shirts. So let's see what that unit rate is. The unit price. 42 bucks, 4 shirts. No. Okay, so in my mind, I kind of already calculated that it wasn't going to be, it was going to be cheaper, but it wasn't going to be cheaper than 10 bucks a shirt. Because if you think mental math, 4 shirts, 10 bucks a piece would be 40 bucks, and they're going to be a little more expensive. Okay, so you can do some mental math. I would encourage mental math, some of these, but you don't always have to use mental math. Sometimes it's best to line them all up and then to take a look and see what's the cheapest per item. Okay, so again, I can't stress this enough. If you ever want to find a unit rate, especially with money, you take the money divided by the items, and you look for the cheapest amount. Okay, the least pricey. Save yourself some money. Okay, right there. Explains it right there. And then we double checked it right there. So store B, nice try. Still, you're not better than 10 bucks a shirt. All right, so there you go. That's problem number 1 and the guided question. Okay, moving on.